Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government has been working on various measures to make income tax system seamless, painless and faceless. On August 13, PM Modi launched the Transparent Taxation Platform while announcing multiple reforms under Faceless Assessment, Faceless Appeal and Taxpayers Charter. The Central Board of Direct Taxes also notified changes that include renaming the e-assessment scheme as Faceless Assessment Scheme. Faceless assessment will remove the human interference between the taxpayer and the income tax department. According to Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, it eases compliance burden, it brings in a fair objective and a just system that shall not be any physical interference between the department and the taxpayer, and to an extent it shall bring in the certainty of information. How does faceless assessment work? Under faceless assessment, a central computer will pick up tax returns for scrutiny based on risk parameters and any information mismatch. It will then randomly allot the returns for scrutiny to a team of officers anywhere in the country. This is done using data analytics and artificial intelligence, which means the identity of the officer deciding the appeal will remain unknown. The allocation of cases for scrutiny will be reviewed by officers at another randomly selected location, and only if concurred, a notice will be sent by the centralized computer system. All such notices will have to be responded to electronically by the assessee without the need to visit a tax office in person or meet any official. All the decisions will be team-based. It will also include best judgment assessments that refer to tax assessments done as per the best of the judgment of the tax officer. Well, the taxpayer does not cooperate or provide sufficient information for completion of the assessment. While the IT department aligns e-assessment scheme with faceless assessment, an exception will be made for the cases under the Black Money Act, international taxation, serious frauds or tax evasion, and sensitive and search matters. The Income Tax Department has also issued additional guidelines for the demarcation of roles of officers for the implementation of faceless assessment, making National E-Assessment Centre the main gateway for communication with the taxpayer. Under the amended scheme, Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Principal Director General of Income Tax in charge of National E-Assessment Centre have been empowered to transfer case to jurisdictional assessing officer at the request of the taxpayer or under specified circumstances which require a personal hearing. National E-Assessment Centre can also grant additional time to the taxpayer to furnish details or to forward its case for best judgment assessment. Earlier, best judgment assessment in cases of non-cooperating taxpayers could only be done by jurisdictional AO. The scheme therefore abolishes territorial jurisdiction. CBDT has notified the National E-Assessment Centre at Delhi and various regional E-Assessment Centres across 20 cities for implementing Faceless Assessment Scheme. As per the guidelines, the power of survey under the Income Tax Act will be exercised by the investigation directorates and the TDS charges only. The government has also proposed to reduce the threshold of various transactions for tax disclosures, including white good purchases, property tax payment, medical and life insurance premium, and even hotel payments. Even payments made to the government, such as property tax and electricity bills, would be reported if they exceed Rs 20,000 and Rs 1 lakh respectively. These would be reflected in an individual's tax account statement called Form 26AS. Faceless appeal will be available from September 25th, while other changes have come into force from August 13.